Welcome back to Hunter x Hunter Anime Review. This is special number 9. Yeah, I'm sorry this has taken me a couple months to finally get to this, but I'm going to review the most recent chapter released for the Hunter x Hunter manga. Oh yeah, and this is why I've heard from information about what the current state of the manga is that it is coming back. Do not know when. The writer Takashi is planning ending the series soon, and the anime is going to come back. Yes, the anime is going to come back. As for when, no idea. This is the 380th chapter of the series called Alarm. Starts off with Magashi, I think his name is. He's a guy wearing a camouflage suit who's having a meeting with some of the top officials on the ship about putting security on different decks of the ship and talking about succession war stuff like that. Apparently, he also mentions that the first prince has legal authority over the military, so you have to get his permission to extend, like sending royal troops to the other decks. And this goes on for pretty much like the first quarter of the chapter, and then we cut to a few members of the Phantom Troop who are just looking through the main control room, and then yeah, this lasts for a few pages. Yeah, the people in the control room are, and I have their names here because there's a map of the page where these people are. Let's see if I can find them here. Let's see. The people in the control room are. Let's see, where are they? Here we go. It's Nabagua and Pinks. Yeah, the guy with the tracksuit. Yeah, and then we cut to. And and they also mention in this chapter that it is the fourth day of the voyage and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And then they make an announcement over the intercom saying there's a stowaway aboard and to find out who it is. So the Royal Army goes through and just searches the whole ship. Yeah, the entire ship looking for this person. And they run into two of Killua's brothers, Illumi and what was the other one's name here? Kalito. Yeah, the one who dressed up as a girl even though it's a guy. Yep. And they talk for him a little bit. It says, "Use the word in my pocket." What leads to a place like this? He says business, and even though he's a hunter, he says he's a hunter too because he still got his license surprisingly. In case you wonder when he got his license, he got his license during the first arc of the series, the Hunter exam. Yeah, he's had it ever since then, but he hasn't really played a big role over the course of a series. I mean, he's played mild roles, so he showed up in the Phantom Troop arc for a little bit. He showed up in the Chimera Ant arc, and that's really he hasn't really done anything really big since the opening arc of the series. Yep. Though in the case of the most recent arc, last arc after Chimera Ant, not Chimera Election arc, he did play a mild role in the series, but not really there. Oh yeah, and he asks like, "Are the spires on board?" He says, "All of them." And his younger brother is like, "Brother, whoops, I can't. What can I say? I'm an honest person, so I always end up answering what I'm asked." Yeah, he says, "Sorry, I have no further comment." Yeah, all the fan troop members are here. Though here's kind of the thing: not all the fan troop members are on board the ship because two of them were killed prior to this particular arc. So yeah, all but two of them are here. Mm-hmm. All at once, they're alive anyways. So he's like questioning, like, okay, the Zolik families and the Spike was one thing, but the horse and Kurapika discover they're here. Yeah, and it says Kurapika is in dead middle of interweaving battle with Nembe's Prince Plazas. Yeah, he's in the succession war. So yeah, so he decided to just leave him there until one of his subordinates says someone without auspicious ID. So they run off, and then it turns out the person who had no ID is actually 11 Prince Fushu, and that's where the chapter ends. So overall, this was a pretty good chapter, and this one did feel like it advances the plot of this particular arc really well. I like the fact that for the past several chapters, the Phantom Troop has been active in this particular arc. I mean, they've been looking around the ship. At least they're giving them something to do. I mean, prior to this set of chapters coming out, the last time they showed up was a little while back. I think it's been good like 20 chapters before the return in chapter 371. So it's been a good period of time. So yeah, I'm glad the fact that Toragashi brought these characters back and they're playing a role in an actual arc. They did play a small now after the York New City arc. They did play a small role in Greed Island and Chimera Ant. After that, they didn't really play a role in the series at all. And now they are back playing a role in the series for the first time. This is probably the first really big role they played in an arc where they don't have like a minor role to play since their big debut arc. Mm-hmm. They'll refer to as Aspires, that's another name for them, but I refer to the Phantom Troop as a better name, though the sub for Hunter x Hunter refers to them a different name. Yeah, the other alternate name of the Phantom Troop is the Gyro Randon. Yeah, that's what they refer to in the Japanese sub, but I prefer the Phantom Troop because it seems like a more interesting name. Okay, I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. It's a good chapter, and I can't wait for next chapter, whenever it does come out, okay? But yeah, that's it for this particular video. I have one more video scheduled for today. I'm going to do it as soon as I finish watching the second season. Well, all the final 5 remaining episodes. Yeah, 5 episodes left to go for 7 Deadly Sins. You'll get my thoughts on that later on today, probably in about a couple hours. At least 2.5 hours from now, okay? But until I see you there, bye.